Hi, Wild Woman. I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome to the Wild Woman Enchanted show. I'm Elizabeth McLeod, and I'm the author and illustrator of the Wild Woman Mystery Cards, An Enchanting Journey to Your True Self. And I'm here to help you to live a wild and free life. Today, we're going to talk about intention, and we're going to use the Wild Woman Mystery Cards as a way to guide us through what it is we need to know in order to make our intentions happen. I have lots to say on this. I'm really excited to get going. And of course, it's really helpful if we know what our intentions are in life and in anything we're doing, as well as when we're working with oracle cards, tarot cards, and when we're doing readings, or when we're on the spiritual path, and when we're working with magic. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe and pass it on to anybody else in your life that you think might benefit from knowing this information to make their life that much better. All right, Wild Women, let's get going. Okay, so today we're going to talk about intention, what it is, what we're doing with it, how do we find it. So let's say you're in yoga class, as was brought up by a tribe member, and you're asked at the very beginning of the class, okay everybody, get ready, let's set your intention and let's get going. And then you're sitting there going, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. I have no idea what my intentions are, and I don't know what's happening. Well, I've got some ideas for you about how to handle that. And I want to suggest to you also, as you'll see as we go along, that in fact, maybe you're right in the place you're supposed to be. So we're going to address some of that and the bigger picture of what does that mean? How do we know we're setting our intention, and that we say sometimes with our ego that we intend to do this, but that is an ego mind saying something. Because really what intention is a connection to source, a connection to whatever that is that you might call it, universe, source, God, whatever that is, it's that connection. And that connection is what we need to work on in order to create what we want. What I mean by that is you might see people going into ceremonies and they smudge, or they clear the energy, or they bring in some light. Well, that's what we want to do here. We want to create light, but we also want to create an area that's clean so that we have direct connection. But what does that mean? I want you to consider for a moment who you are. Who do you think you are right now? So I might say I'm Elizabeth McLeod. I'm the author and illustrator of the Wild Woman Mystery Cards. You know, that's where I think I am. But what I am in fact is I am here. I am a compassionate, loving, powerful, creative spirit that is here on this earth in this body temple, creating intentions, creating life. It's your turn. Take a moment to consider the possibility that in fact you are a creative, powerful, compassionate, loving, beautiful spirit living in this body temple. When you come to that place, when we just say it right here, perhaps you can feel the little bit of a shift that occurs just in the remembering that that is in fact who we are. And coming from this place is one of the keys of creating a space that will allow you to create your intentions. So try it on. Push this on pause for a minute and just say, I am a creative, powerful, compassionate, loving spirit. See how it feels and come from that place. Can you feel the difference? It's like this little tiny shift occurred, and this will get bigger and bigger with practice. Now, if you feel like that place is different from the place you live within your earth, so here you are living your life, and it's very different from how you feel right now in that I am a compassionate, loving spirit, then consider for a minute that this journey, this distance between that place and your life, that is your spiritual path. That is the path of the Wild Woman. That is what you're doing. You're doing this work here to get over here. When you make that connection to source, that clarity that comes, that sort of driven knowing that you're going in that way. It's almost like in the old days, you know, when they made a fire and they were creating that fire to make their food, it was nourishment. Well, this is also igniting that fire inside of you to create the nourishment for your soul, for your wild soul. So let's just pull a card to say, if you're having some trouble getting from A to B, from the life that you have here to this place of a compassionate, loving spirit, let's see what card you need in order to help to bring this forward. Transition. This is a great card because really this card says that we already know everything that you need to know, that you have far surpassed the expectations your ancestors have for you. In doing that, that you are in a transition from this mundane life now, this life where maybe you're not feeling fully satisfied and things aren't working quite the way you want. You also want to make sure that you don't fall back into life the way it was. And there's lots of ways to do that. Yoga is a great way. So if you can't, for example, come up with an intention in the beginning of your yoga class, maybe say, what am I grateful for? And start there. I'm really grateful for being in this class right now. That's all you need to know. And consider that that actually is all that you need to know in order to create your intention. And trusting that by the time you finish the yoga class, that part of yoga is to clear out those energies. You're working in your etheric body and with all the chakras that you have. So all of that is working towards clearing a path. So you may find in the beginning of yoga, for example, that you have not as much clarity about your intention as when you're at the end of your yoga class. Well, consider that you've done your work around intention. That is, in fact, part of what you're looking for. And as you continue to do this, you get better and better and better at it. So remember, it's all baby steps. Consider waking up in the morning and first take a moment to connect in whatever way you do. Maybe you smudge yourself. Maybe you pull a card. Maybe you take a moment to surround yourself with white light. You can see that in the video that I've done here. I'll post it for you so you can go there and do that. It may be that you pray, or maybe it's through therapy. Whatever way you choose is the best way for you to keep that space clear. Just take a moment to say, I am a compassionate, beautiful, loving, powerful spirit here to carry forth what I'm intending to do today. And just connect with that place first before sending your intention out, because that will make the link closer. So wild woman, that is what I'm going to tell you about today. For now, I think that's enough. That's a good practice to have, and you can do it through all sorts of ways. If you aren't sure if you can remember what to say before setting your intention, I made a quick Wild Woman guide for you to follow, which includes the I am mantra that we talked about in the video, so that you can always remember it, and also included 22 ways to keep the space clear, like yoga that we talked about here, and 21 other ways that will help you to get started. The link is in the description below, so just click on that and it will take you right there. And of course, we talk a lot about these kinds of things in the private Facebook group that I have going on. If you'd like to be a member of that, then just click the link below and come on over and join us. So Wild Woman, thank you so much for being here. I am delighted that you're here. Keep practicing, make it part of your practice, and I will see you on the next video.